normal behavior?
I think there is no such thing as normal behavior because everybody has different standards to what they consider to be normal.
Will you provide any examples of what normal behavior could be?
Like, I think a normal behavior for a person our age would be to come to school and do homework and stay in extracurricular activities. That would be an average normal person in school.
And what's abnormal behavior?
Abnormal behavior, well, like I said, there's different means to measure what normal can be, but abnormal behavior for a student here can be like not coming to school or not doing any homework.
And will you you already provided an example. And who should decide what's normal and abnormal behavior? Why?
No sé. I think that everybody has their own opinion on what they consider to be normal and not somebody's choice. Hasta la vista.
Beginners, what's a normal behavior?
Oh, that's a loaded question. What's normal to you may not be normal to me. So I believe normal behavior is the one that falls within the parameters that the society has established.
Can you give some examples?
For example, what's normal behavior here in school would be somebody that follows the rules. That you can go away with the rules, like being rowdy because you're 15 or 16, or talking out of place because you're a bit social, but that would still be normal.
What is abnormal behavior?
Abnormal behavior, again, as a kind of big picture, there is something that falls outside of the norm, something that kind of like falls into the going into somebody else's life. And for example, I said social, right, and talking and everything, that's kind of normal behavior. Screaming out of the top of your lungs and running through all the hallways, that would be considered abnormal behavior because that would be interrupting everybody else's daily life.
Who should decide what normal and abnormal behavior is?
I don't know if there's one person, but definitely there's like a conglomerate of ideas that with experience, therapists and psychologists and educators and lawmakers and all of that, they figure out what falls within the norm, things that we as a society can live with, and what falls outside of the norm and things that we can't live with. Thank you.
One of the themes we found in our interview was leadership, because in Ms. Mott's interview, she mentions that the ones who make the rules are the ones who should decide what abnormal and normal is, because in both interviews, and Ms. Mott and Monique, they mention how normal behaviors, people for example in school, the ones who come to school, the ones who do homework, you're not going to stand around shouting in the hallways, because that would be considered abnormal behavior. And that's leadership, because the leader is the one who follows the rules and the one who decides the standards if you're normal or abnormal. Another thing we found in this is racism, because also the majority of the group is the one but the one who actually decide what normal and abnormal behavior is, and the outcast of the group, and the one who doesn't follow how everyone else is dressed, how everyone else acts, is considered not normal. So that's racism to the ones who don't fit in, and the ones who the outcast of the group.
I don't know if I'm lost, but the soldiers.
Yes, we do agree with Ms. Mott and Monique in the idea that everybody forms their own opinion of what is normal and abnormal. We truly do not know, we just have a general idea.
If we both get old, will you let me float away?
We don't disagree with any of the responses because we have a similar opinion, in a way that people have different definitions of what normal is, and
even though the opinions of what normal is vary a lot, there's still like a certain standard that society puts where we can tell who is normal or not. Like for example, depending on the environment, like in school, the people who come to school, who pay attention in class, do homework, study for quizzes, are considered the people like normal for this kind of environment. While if the people who skip class and screaming in the hallways and all those things that we're not used to see them, we will judge them as not normal because because they don't follow what the majority of the people do. Instead, they act differently.
Monique and Ms. Motz gave two very good examples for abnormal and normal behavior. Now I want to add some of my own. First example, normal behavior in church would be to sit quietly, and abnormal behavior in church would be to jump around or scream. Another example is when you see someone you know, you usually greet them. That would be considered normal behavior. Abnormal behavior would be walk past them and not say anything.
The person that should decide what is normal and abnormal behavior must be the majority in a group. Like if you see someone being odd or out of the box, like if you're in church, a person that is shouting, or if you're in a bus, a person that is wearing something different, you wouldn't want to be with them. So the majority, in an unconscious way, chooses that that's normal, and it's not usually seen in those cases. And normal can be chosen by the majority also of the group in a situation.